Yo guys, what's going on? I'm Tim Kelly. This is The Real Sports Talk. Thank you for tuning in. Follow me on Twitter at CashKelly_TRST, KASH Kelly _TRST. MLB Hall of Famer Omar Vizquel did it yesterday, so go ahead and join other pro athletes, pro sports fans. I don't even know what pro sports fans even means, but go ahead and join them and follow me on Twitter. Now, today the NBA playoffs got going as the Knicks and Celtics were the first game. In the Celtics, we know that Rajon Rondo out for the season with the torn ACL. Kevin Garnett is in his final season. Paul Pierce is at the end of his career, the twilight of his career. But they do have an interesting team because they have guys like Jeff Green and Avery Bradley developing into pretty solid players. And then from the Knicks' perspective, they're a team that at times this year looked like a legitimate title contender, or at least a contender in the East. I'm not sure if anyone besides the Miami Heat in the Eastern Conference is really viewed as a legitimate title contender, but someone who at the very least will give a good series in the East and should make a good playoff run in the Knicks. And there were other times in the year where the Knicks looked like a 5th or 6th seed, maybe even a little bit lower than that. They were hot coming into the playoffs, and in this game, I think that they really showed that they are a team that they'll win some games in the playoffs. They'll probably win this series. They might even go to the Eastern Conference Finals. But overall, they're not a team that I think is ready to go ahead and compete for the title, because the Celtics are a team that put pressure on them from the get-go. Defensively, they got physical with them, and I don't think that the Knicks could handle that physicality. And I think that Carmelo Anthony, while he had 36 points, he was 13 of 29 from the field, 4 of 6 from downtown, and also had 3 turnovers. I think that they're relying too much on getting him into isolation situations. And I know a lot of people are harping on killing Carmelo Anthony, but that's a style that they've played for a lot of this year, is relying on Melo to do a lot of the work in the bigger games. And overall as a team, when they moved the ball in this game, that is when they were the most effective. And I think had they moved the ball a little bit better in the first half, this is a game that we see them win by 10 to 15, maybe even a little bit more. And they didn't do that. They relied on Carmelo Anthony taking bad shots, forcing up shots, and that is not a style that's going to beat the Miami Heat. It's probably not going to beat the Indiana Pacers, and they have a tough team in front of them right now in the Celtics, because Doc Rivers, if he's not the best coach in the NBA, it comes down to him, Greg Popovich, Tom Thibodeau. He's one of the best coaches in the NBA, and he's not working with the type of team that he's won NBA championships with before or been to NBA titles with, but he's getting the best out of this team, getting guys like Jeff Green to perform well, getting Avery Bradley to continue to develop. And I think if the Knicks do not move the ball and they continue to try and put Carmelo Anthony in these isolation situations time and time again up and down the court, he is going to wear down, this Knicks team is going to wear down, and whether or not they get through this series, they're not going to have what it takes to be able to make a run through the playoffs. They can lean on him in big games, but they cannot lean on him in every game in the playoffs, because I do not think that that is a scenario that leads to them going really anywhere past the second round of the playoffs. So the Knicks do get a win today, 85-78, but I think that the Celtics kind of exposed that if you force Carmelo to take shots and he's not having the best day, that they very well could be a team that ends up losing probably in the second round. Look, the Celtics, if Jeff Green gets hot or if Paul Pierce gets hot, the Celtics are a team that can take this series to 6 or 7 games, and who knows, they could even potentially win this series. I just think based off of this game, I'm not exactly sure that I'm as high on the Knicks, I think, as I was coming in. I didn't think that they were going to win the Eastern Conference, but I felt pretty sure that they were a team that was going to the Eastern Conference Finals. And after watching this game and seeing some of the holes that the Celtics exposed, when you put physical pressure on this team, while they've gotten a little bit more physical this year, adding Kenyon Martin in, I like that aspect of it. They're still not a team that is very physical, and I think that may end up hurting them. Let me know your thoughts. Celtics fall to the Knicks in Game 1 of the NBA playoffs. I'll catch you guys next time.